Farm Basics is brought to you by the Liberty Link trait and Liberty herbicide from Bayer. The most reliable weed management solution, Liberty Link and Liberty herbicide are the link to efficient row crop production and sustainable weed management.
One of the most important things that any farmer can do is make sure he has good drainage on his farm. So how a lot of farmers will do that is by adding tile to their land. Well, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. If it's done the right way, tile is great for the environment. The reason why I bring this up today is if you're looking for information on tile, even if you've tiled for many years, there's lots of new technology, lots of new information, new techniques that you can learn, and we're going to talk about all those with a number of different guests at the Ag PhD Tiling Clinic. It's a free event that you can come to in Brookings, South Dakota. It's Wednesday, March 4th.
One other reason that many farmers come to our tile clinic is not necessarily to learn how to install tile. They may have been doing it for years, but just to hear, how do you talk to the neighbors? What are the stats? What are the studies that have been done recently that I can cite to encourage my neighbors that, hey, look, here's some research that was done, and this shows how tile is going to help stop erosion for us. It's going to also improve our water quality that's going into the river, this kind of thing. If you can share those types of stats with your neighbors, with non-farmers that are in your area, it just helps because we have to communicate what we're doing on the farm. We know we're doing the right things on our farm, but if nobody else knows about it, it doesn't do us any good. And then when non-farmers, who are 99% or more of the population, are setting the rules for us, well, they're concerned. Oh boy, farmers are using fertilizers and herbicides out in their field. Is this safe? And is the water coming out of their fields going to be safe for me? Well, in fact, the truth is the water coming out of our tile lines, when we test this water, it's drinking water standards. Well, if it's drinking water standards, there's really nothing to be worried about.
At the Ag PhD Tile Clinic, we'll have a number of different guest speakers, including one of the top drainage lawyers in the country. Not that we encourage you to sue your neighbor or anything like that, but you've got to at least understand what the laws are and how best to work with some of your neighbors.
Well, I think you need to know what your rights are, and that's a real key here. I mean, do you have the right to drain your land? Absolutely. Should you be a good neighbor and talk to your neighbor first? Yes, you should, and work with them, because many times if you're uphill from a neighbor that's downhill and you say, well, hey, I'm going to improve my drainage, that's going to mean the water's going to come to you and, you know, this certain area of your field.
It's already getting there.
The water's already moving there below ground. And we just need to communicate with that neighbor. Hey, if I'm uphill from you and I've got a drainage problem, I know you've got a big drainage problem downhill, so let's work together on this. And that's really what we encourage farmers across our country to do, is work together more. There's not very many of us farmers in the whole country. We should be working together on these types of projects to make it better for everybody.
Well, I can just tell you that in the entire country, in fact in North America, there's no single day event like this. So if you're looking for more information on tiling, whether you've tiled for years or you're just going to start getting into it, we really encourage you, please attend the free Ag PhD Tiling Clinic. It's Wednesday, March 4th in Brookings, South Dakota.
Well, one thing we won't really be focusing on that day is controlling our weed of the week. Can you identify this week's weed?